the first thing that I wanted to do was talk about something that's really important, and I've kind of touched on it, but really, this is like the whole crux of the matter when it comes down to making money on mobile, and that is like how to interpret the data, and then how to set up redirects so that you can be profitable. Because here's the deal. I mean, like the whole point of tracking and the whole thing behind tracking successfully, or testing and tracking, I should say, is that you go through the red here, like you see all this red, in the stats, but as you dive into them, you find the black. Okay, and then when you find the black, you just figured out how to get more of that. I mean, so that's really what the whole thing is about finding the black, all right, in the red. So we're going to talk about that. Most of these campaigns we're going to talk about are from Facebook. Um, and I'll still show you the campaigns if you want. I know some people are really anxious to get to GDN, and that's fine. And I still will, but I got some. My whole goal was to give you a six figure. I mean, my actual goal was to give you more than one six figure campaign, and so like most of the ones that I have to share right now are on Facebook. So I did want to go over a couple of those and just like talk about some, real stuff that happens. Like just like yesterday, last night, even I think it was. Like I lost a few of the accounts Facebook accounts I was using actually for some of these campaigns. So so I got to retool, but this is actually kind of good. Sometimes good because then I can just look at the data, and then just kind of figure out, okay, what I want to do. Um, so actually, it's kind of useful sometimes. So I want to go through that too because it's really, really crucial to figure out. I mean, this is what it's all about. I mean, it's one thing to know how to set up your accounts and set up the ads and get good click through rate, get stuff to convert. That's a big part of the deal, but um, the even bigger part is I mean, you're paying for that data. Okay, you are buying data literally. So now you got to figure out how to look at that data in such a way that it can become profitable for you. So that's what we're going to talk about. So like next week, I will do like one whole session just talking about GDN, because partially because I wanted to try some of these campaigns that I've been having success with on Facebook. I wanted to try them on Google. Um, so and I need time. I just started two campaigns yesterday with a couple of you guys that we're gonna JV on, and I have some other ones going, but nothing that's really like something I want to show you. As far as something that you can really put into effect like right away. So all these offers and stuff that I'm showing you in these campaigns are pretty easy to do. Nothing too complicated with it. So all right, so let's get started. So first of all, let me show you this campaign here that I started. Um, let's start with this blood pressure. Okay, so um, this was I'll show you the offer. All right, here's the offer. Hold on, where is this? All right, so here's the offer right here. It's called Striction BP. This is actually a friend of mine, or a friend and client of mine's offer. So this is the offer. So it's a video sales letter. Um,
Are you playing blood pressure roulette? Did you know that if you use blood pressure?
So this is it. It's some blood pressure supplement or something like that, but it converts pretty well. And so I think all these new offers. I did get another refi offer that we can use, in addition to the Harp one, Harp approval one. But other than that, really like all these offers that I've been working with lately are video sales letters. I mean, these things really do well. They really do well on mobile. And and I have a really good formula for how to make it work. So anyway, so here is here's the VSL. All right, and then you have the landing page, which here, let me see what the landing page looks like. Oops, here we go. All right, so this is what the landing page looks like. Again, that same formula that I showed you before: headline, an image from the video, and then a call to action down here. I mean, doesn't get any simpler than that. So they go from here, from ad to here to the video, bada boom, bada bing. All right, so that's what that looks like here. So that's the offer. So here's the results that we've gotten. Some of the results. I don't know how long. We'll say off of here. And so really those three elements are the only thing I'm testing: the headline, the call to action, and the image. So let's get rid of this. All right, so let's just say off of the last week, I think, yeah. All right, so here is the deal. Now I saw some other campaigns besides this one, but this is one of them. And as you can see, overall, it's definitely profitable. Spent 50, let's be basically 5,400 something. Brought in 8,600, and as you will see, it's actually a lot better than that. As we dig into the data, but before we even dig too far, here's basically, use landing page genius to rotate different headlines, different call to actions, different images. So we got like a winner right here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure why we 2 through 5. Yeah, I don't know, but this is just the page and not the ad. So let's look at the actual ad. We don't need these two. All right, here we go. All right, so these are not the ad. The ad is going to be keyword is the ad. All right, so now, and basically the way I have these ads set up, this is 65 plus women. And so the bulk of this is 55 to 64 men, because I ended up moving this to its own, a new campaign. So, oops. All right, so primarily we're focused on these ads right here, and as you can see, this ended up being, excuse me, this ended up being my initial winner. So most of the traffic went here. But basically, I think that the cost per click was around 7 cents, and actually was a little bit lower than that. I mean, a lot of times it was 5 cents or 6 cents, but I kind of wanted to, be a little bit more conservative, kind of go worst case scenario. So I think the average was probably like 6 cents. So I made it 7 cents. So and when it comes down to this, like it's a penny game. Okay, it's a penny game. So that's why like each one of these little tweaks and stuff, makes such a huge difference, because I mean, you know, this was spread out over a couple of days, a few days. But literally, like, it would have been very easy to spend do this in one day, very easily. So then it starts to get interesting. So now you're spending $5,000 a day, making 8, and then you can, as you will soon see, we're gonna do a lot better than that. All right. And you're also gonna see like the reason why I like I like Landing Page Genius so much. All right, so you're gonna see right here. All right, so look, so we can pretty much kind of throw out the 65s here because I mean there's only 3 conversions or 4 conversions for them, and the bulk of it is 55. So we'll just get rid of the keyword to make it easier here. All right, so we're gonna get rid of the ad here. So we're gonna so this is what we got here. All right, so now this traffic is just coming in. This is just straight up mobile traffic. So it's all brands, all types of devices, everything just mobile. So let's look into this and see how we can maximize our profits here a little bit more. So let's sort for there's somebody a good question. I mean, I'm sure. How you get those low clicks? I will show you. I will show you. All right, so let's look at, let's see. Let's look at device first. Or here, let's break it down to just OS first. We'll start there. All right. So right away you can see that let's see. All right. If you so okay so let's just say this is the only thing that we're looking at. Okay, iOS or Android. All right. So we can look. I would say look at the highest one with more than one conversion. So we got 5 right here. So our winning combination for iOS will be this 232. Okay. And the highest one we have for Android that looks somewhat reliable. I mean, really, I mean, we could probably get some more because we got one, but really the one we have coming together is right here at 13 cents. So that's 232. Is that the same as we did up here? Yeah, 232. So, okay, so that's cool. So it's not really anything to do different there. All right, so let's move on. All right, so iOS didn't really make a big difference. So let's look at device model. All right. Oh no. Let's look at market name. Let's look at market name. All right. So now we got like some huge variance here. Now, obviously, some of these phones. I mean, this is like particular makes and models. Like it's not really worth it probably there to do anything. But let's first let's break out the iOS stuff. Let's break out the iOS. All right. So we got iPhone here. And as you can see, iPhone is it's making 30 cents per click, and it's five converters, so it's pretty reliable. I mean, because this thing is like $65. Okay, this is a $65 payout. All right, so 5 conversions. I would be feeling good about. So that's 232. All right, so we want to make sure that any iPhone traffic that comes in is going to be routed to this page. All right. So that's our first thing. So iPhone we got there, iPad right under it, 235. All right. So the iPad people like this image better than that image. All right. So then what we can do set up a redirect to redirect iPad traffic to there. Okay. So now we took care of pretty much iOS. I mean, you still have iPod a little bit, whatever. But basically, once you get iPhone and iPad, then iOS is pretty much taken care of. So now let's look at Android. Now, Android is going to be a little harder because there's just so many different models. But we can pick the big ones. Let me see. Um, okay. Well, let me show you exactly. I'll show you exactly what I did and what we're going to end up doing. All right. So first things first. If we got iPhone and we got iPad, we got those like on lock. All right. So next step is I'm gonna like build this page. Okay, so I got headline 2, CTA3, image 2. So I'm gonna go to my handy dandy. This is the page right here. So I'm just gonna basically just plug those elements in. Take away that, and then I'm gonna come up with another page. So I think I did it here. Hold on. All right, so let me see. So yeah, so here we go. So I came up with the page. So I came up with the iPhone page. So that was that page. I made this just into a page by itself. So that was the iPhone page. And then I did the same thing for the iPad, that 235, made that. And then I just did Android just for like all the rest. Okay. But these pages I already got nailed. I already know like what the best pages are. All right. So now how do we direct our traffic? So you start a system of redirects. Now different. I'll show you how to do it in CPV Lab. Volume guys. I mean, it's you can look. I think it's pretty straightforward, but it's pretty much the same principle. So let's go over to settings and we go to redirect profiles. All right, so we got the right account. Campaign here. So basically, what you do is you set up these things right here. So it's like, so I'll do one for example. So I'll say if, and then you have all of these different conditions here. So we'll say if the we did what did we do? We did freaking device model maybe. Okay, so if device model is, and we'll find it on here. And you can find what device, which I think they just have a device for iPhone, like all together, which is convenient. Okay, so they can break them up, but we'll just throw everything in here. iPhone. If it was like a huge sample size, like I would maybe go further, maybe see if different versions perform differently. I definitely would, but for this, we'll just start with iPhone, then we can go from there. Okay, so what we're going to happen is, so if the device model is iPhone, then we want to redirect to landing page iPhone. And that's it. That's how you set it up. Okay, and you could go further. Like if I had like a certain offer, okay, because we could even look at offers. Like a certain offer might work better on certain devices than others. So we could even right now it just says rotate active offers, which is only one, but we could go to a specific offer as well, or we could just redirect to some other URL that we chose. Okay, so these are our choices. Once we come into here, so you would save that. Even I think I have this exact same. I need a name for it. Profile name, we'll just say test. All right, so there it is. So there it is. So now that rule is active. It's checked as active onto that account. So whenever click comes in, if it's an iPhone, bam, it'll go to that landing page. So let's delete this before I forget. All right. And that it's as simple as that. And so you could do this for anything. So let's look at some other opportunities that this thing would present. Okay, so let's just say, let's go back to the device models. So we'll go maybe device name, maybe. Okay. So what did this do? Nothing. All right, so here we go. All right, so let's find something. Let's see here. Okay, so let's just say we got the Galaxy S4 here, for example. I don't know why this is broken up because it's 213. I don't know, but anyway, so we got these two conversions for the Galaxy S4. So we could set up a rule just for the Galaxy S4, and this is like let's just call it 70 cents a click. Okay, 70 cents a click. Traffic is 7 cents a click. It's 10 times your money. Okay, so it's worth it to especially for like the bigger brands or the phones that have more of more people that own them. To kind of come through here and set up specific rules just for all these different phones. And see, if this was just one landing page, like in volume or other trackers, I couldn't do this. This is just variation on a landing page. I mean, put it this way, you can do it, but I'd be looking at individual landing pages and not just individual variations within the landing page. All right, so you can do stuff like that. Let's see what else we got here. All right, let's look at some other factors besides that stuff. How about how about brand? Let's see brand here. All right, so got a lot of generic Samsung. I don't see any particular opportunities here. Um, yeah, see, it's not like a ton of data here. It's only 100 and something conversions. But anyway, you could look for different criteria. I mean, I think model, the phone model, I think is one of the biggest things. Um, as well as if it's see, most of these I think we're picking Wi-Fi only, so that's not so much of a thing. But let's see for grins here if anything pops out. All right, so yeah, this isn't really doing anything for us. But anyway, I mean, just by separating out just the iOS stuff, if you just separate that out, and then the main Android stuff. So let's go back to our rule here. I'll show you something else that I did. Um, all right, so basically, so I have iPad traffic going to their page, iPhone traffic on this page, Android traffic, and then all the rest of the traffic goes to this Android page. Okay, so what is an Android page? Because I don't really have that optimized yet. Well, instead of just making a page that kind of did the best with Android as a whole, I made a new landing page genius page. All right, so now all the Android traffic. So now all the Android traffic is going here. Okay, and this is a whole nother campaign within itself. All right, so I'm really trying to nail and optimize that all our Android traffic. And so that I don't think it's a whole lot of traffic there, but basically, yeah, right here, 55 male Android. So now all that traffic is going to there, so I can totally optimize, um, all these other different devices away from the iOS and iPad because I already know what's working there. Um, so so do you see, I mean, like how powerful that is? I mean, that's how you really make money with mobile. And the thing that kind of sets it apart from, desktop stuff is that you don't have all this criteria, desktop that you can play with. I mean, you just, you don't. Once you get down past just the landing page and the offer and stuff like that, I mean, you can gather data as far as the ISP or, um, operating system and stuff like that. But you can't get into any depth, like because people think about how much people identify with um, their device, their phone, and so it's a piece of their demographics. Like the iPhone owners are different. iPhone 6 owners are different from iPhone 5 owners. They're different from iPhone 4 owners. They're different from Samsung Galaxy S6 owners. All right, so each phone kind of has its own little demographics thing. But now this is how we go from you know go from averaging 11 cents a click, almost say 12 cents a click. So now we're getting 20, 30, 30 cents a click on the iPhone. And that's huge because those clicks are costing us a little bit. Now, you know, one other thing that you can do with this data, once you know like which models do the best and everything, is you can actually change it at a campaign level, but um, it's not always good. As a matter of fact, I'll show you why that is a problem at times. So I'm going to show the this campaign so you can see the ads and stuff. So before I do that, any questions on what I showed you? Yes, I am recording this. Any other questions? Everybody good? Okay. All right. So let's look at the actual campaign and how to pull this off. Um, all right. Let's see what we got here. Let's just go to show the ads. All right. So let's look at this campaign. All right. Now, I don't know exactly why. I mean, this ad account could have went down for a myriad of reasons. I don't know if this image had anything to do with it. It only got disapproved one time. Um, so, I kind of don't think it was it, but Facebook, you never know. All right, so it's fun. So this was blood pressure. All right, so here's the deal. It is super important to as far as getting cheap clicks. I mean, it's really mostly has everything to do with the image. Um, as far as targeting, I mean, I'll show you the targeting here. Um, like you don't really have to get super specific. I mean, my thing was it was pretty broad. Um, okay, yeah. So basically, males 55 to 64. Um, that was it. That's it. So targeting. So it's a pretty big audience. Um, like a few million, doesn't say on here. But yeah, as far as the cheap clicks, I mean, you got OCPM, and but it's about the image. It's really about the image. So let me show you this image, and I'll tell you, like, I saw this image. It was on the Facebook ad. It was literally on a Facebook ad on my news feed, and it just jumped out at me. I was like, oh man, I gotta use it. So I found the actual image, and here she be. So so here's like my kind of formula for look at this, got shared 185 times. Um, man, I should look at some of this stuff. It might have gotten a lot of some complaints. I don't know, but anyway, so but here's the whole formula that I use for um the promoting VSLs. I mean, you saw the landing page. So landing page basically real simple. Headline, image, call to action. It's just designed to get a quick click through, really high click through rate. Um, but the ad is all about, you want to promote the video. All right. You don't have to worry about promoting what the video promotes, or promoting lower your blood pressure or anything like that. You just want to promote to watch the video, hype up the video. So, shocking video goes viral is something that now that could have been an issue, because I've used that headline before, but who knows? But anyway, this is something that I use, like if you talk about a video going viral, because people are fascinated about, if something is viral, people are like, oh, I want to why it's viral, and I want all these people looking at it, so they want to look at it. And viral videos is just something, kind of the norm here, so people expect that. Tap here to watch it. Warning: do not take another high blood pressure pill to watch the video. So we're actually telling what it's about, and it's a blood pressure video right here. Sometimes it's like totally blind, but this is like, they know exactly what it's about, because I say don't take another high blood pressure pill. But the image mostly gets it, because the image. I mean, think about, you're scrolling down your news feed. That is going to jump out. I actually saw it on a computer on like a right hand side ad. I didn't even see it on my phone, so I can imagine how jarring it is on the phone. And man, I'm gonna have to look at this real quick. But yeah, so that's the ad, and it crushed. I mean, as you can see, I mean, 16% click through rate, 19% click through rate, 5 cents per click. Um, and here's the difference. The only thing difference here, because the P, instead of, or here, actually, for P, I was like, do not take another high blood pressure pill, and the other one, like, don't take another high blood pressure drug. All right, so I think overall, I think the P did better, the pill did better. But I think some of the other age groups, the drug did better. So, but this is it now. I had like tons of ads duplicated to get the traffic. So yeah, so here it is. So and I tried some other images. Like, I had a lady taking a pill, but only had a 8% click through rate. Had the muscular guy. Had this ashy lady. She did okay. The old guy, old lady, but nothing touched that lady with the muscular legs. So I mean, yeah, she was like the best by far. Um, yeah, all the top CTRs her. I mean, I'm getting them almost 20%. That's pretty serious. Um, so yeah, so it's a combination of the high click through rate, but also like, you're not really. I'm not getting a whole lot of like my targeting. It's just straight up, men 45 to 54. It's not a whole bunch of extra data that you have to pay for. So yeah, so this old lady smoking, like, she was second place, and she's way down, 11.77% click through rate, 9 cent per click. So there it is. I mean, it's hard to lose money when you're only paying 5 cents a click. All right, and you can seriously get some super profit margin in there if you do like the work, like I showed you before. With the tracking, and setting up the redirects. So now I'm like, okay, did I do it in this account? Yes. So I'm like, okay, because I was trying to and this is the progression of this. All right, so I had this other campaign. So that campaign, the blood pressure. Now here's the thing. The thing is that right now, that blood pressure medicine, that blood pressure offer is capped at about 100 per day. Um, which I can easily do myself. However, but he's working on getting more cap. I think he's like probably got lots of more merchant accounts or whatever. Um, but I am willing to put it on the network for just a limited few people. For you guys, if you want to, because it converts pretty well, and if you follow like the kind of the model that I showed you, you will definitely make money with it. So if it's something that you really want to run, let me know, and we'll get it set up for you. But it's definitely not for everybody, just because there's not enough cap to go around. Like he can only do 100 a day. Um, so that's that. But that offer there, it's available. That is definitely easily. I mean, that's a 7-figure offer. I mean, I could literally do $50,000 a day on that offer easily. I don't say easily, but it could definitely be done. Because we're just looking at Facebook. We could work it on Google as well. Um, so anyway, so that's that. So now I had this other offer, right? This other video sales letter. So originally, I think I may have showed you this before. Yeah, I think I did. But I promoted it. I kind of took this term because it talked about toxic fat. So, and I, advertised to some different audiences. Excuse me. Um, Obesity awareness interest, dieting interest. I think Weight Watchers ended up being the winner. But if we look at okay, so if you look at these ads, the click through rate, or actually it's not bad. Click through rate isn't horrible here. But let's look at you look at 6%. So you got 24 cents. But see here, look at this. Like there's like huge differences in CPM. Okay, like this one is 845. This is 1422 for roughly around the same click through rate. I mean, it makes a huge difference in the cost per click. So you got to really pay attention to that. And so what's the difference here? Let's look at dieting and obesity awareness. Let's look at to see why such a big difference. Okay, so there's obesity awareness. And then dieting. All right, so obesity awareness looks like there's interest in obesity awareness. Okay, what's the other one? So the other one has more interest. And some behaviors thrown in. So, that's why it's more expensive because you got to pay for this extra data. All right. Um, so yeah, that's probably what it is right there. And so it boosted up the the CPM like quite a bit. So anyway, so that was that. So so let's look at the results here. I can't remember if this thing was. I don't think it was quite profitable before. All right, so let's see what this was. Cocoa Burn. All right, so let's look prior to this month. All right, so overall, our EPC is 86 cents. So overall, all right. So we'll see what we got. So yeah, so it was profitable. Let's see, what's the whole thing? Here we go. Okay, yeah. So our overall EPC was 22 cents. Um, and our cost per click was, I guess, lower than that. But anyway, but this, it's not overly great. Um, so, oh no, yes, that's it. Yeah. So that's that. So let's look at oops. So we were this was actually kind of breaking even, but let's go back here. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So some of these. So really, I don't know how that was ended up being profitable, but uh, it's right around. I mean, like it's hard to get. The lowest we got is what 15 cents per click. So it's 15 cents per click, and thing is doing 22 cents a click. It's not that much of a profit. So I kind of revisited this. So once I had the blood pressure and that kind of went so well, I was like, okay, well, let me try to duplicate that as much as I can for this. I mean, it's diet. It's a diet offer, a VSL. So I redid the ads, and I even like put them in the same campaign because I was getting such low CPMS. Is that I wanted to put it in the same campaign as a blood pressure. So even though I don't know if that made a difference, it worked. So whatever. Excuse me. So I actually threw it right in here with the blood pressure, and it's right here. It's these weight loss tests. So let's find the ads. So I just went with our tried and true muscle leg lady, and she is putting in work. Here we go. 55 fat. So it's these ones with the end fat. Um, so matter of fact, here we go this way. So I tried 35. I don't think I got any conversions on that one. Um, so here we go. 45. And look, I'm able to get the our CTR is up. Now we're looking at 12 cents a click. 12 cents a click. I don't think I got it below. I don't think I got it below 10 cents. But still, it was better than before. Um, so here's the results since then. Um, so let's just say this month. And if this offer is not on the network, we can definitely put it on. Um, all right, so now let's see what we got here. Um, most of our stuff still. Well, let's look. I haven't really even like optimized this at all. All right, so for as far as 55 fat one, looks like 45 fat one. Uh, so look, these are the two winners. Like 35. Actually, I didn't send them. a whole lot of traffic. This one definitely didn't work. So 45 fat 1 and 55 fat 2. Um, so let's look at. It might not have enough here to really do any big time redirecting, but we can see. Let's look at what kind of devices we got going on here. All right, so you got Android 5.0, which was whatever that's like generic. So we got iPad here. That we might be able to do something with. And iPhone is way down here. So definitely need to do something with the iPhone. Yeah, so I think maybe what I only got 2 iPhone conversions. Yeah, iPhone. That's a problem because that's going to be a lot of traffic, and yeah. So let us. So yeah, so I think for this one, what I would do is maybe um, redirect the iPhone traffic to its own campaign, so we could just focus on that, and then all the rest. I mean, we got 3 with the iPad, so if it's 27 and basically 28 cents per click, and even for paying, 13, 14 cents, that's 100% ROI. So, that might work. So, but anyway, I just kind of wanted to see if it was going to work, and it did. So, actually, what I would really do, because I think the ad can be a little better. Um, I was writing the ad for like maximum click through rate, but I could probably throw in something else. One thing I would definitely try is another page. I don't know if this muffin top melter is doing us any good or not. So he's still getting shared. Oh yeah, I would definitely test this because I was like trying because I think I tested like do not take another bite or not eat another meal, and that didn't do well. So um, this is just something I kind of pulled out. So I'm not exactly sure. Uh, yes. So I'll definitely test this ad more. But even with this ad, we're getting decent click through rate. So I think we can make it work. Um, so yeah. So anyway, so that's that. Another VSL. A lot of the CPA networks are starting to move more and more into VSLs. I mean, there was a few like, it's kind of was out in front of it, like A4D. Like they've been doing it for a while, but more and more are starting to recognize that this, might be the next big thing for them. Even though it's a big thing for the rest of the industry for a long time. But anyway, so those are those ads. That's how I got some really good click through rates. So so let's go back to tracking here. So yeah, so this is why the tracking is so important. So in this case, like I said, I think you got to test it some, but it might be a good idea to break out. Let me see something real quick. Yeah. Okay. So we do have the same. Yeah, we'd have to try some of these other combinations on iPhone maybe. See, it's got the most traffic. So yeah, we gotta do something about the iPhone. Yeah, I think honestly, I think maybe some new ads will be in order. I'll try some new ads. So anyway, so that's that. So what else I want to show you? But yeah, this is why it's tracking is everything. I mean, you start with a sea of red, but then you kind of get down to to the black, and then you just roll with that stuff. Cut out everything else, and just roll with the black. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm. Somebody's asked me, was I sticking with CPV Lab fully, no more volume? Yeah, no more volume. I mean, I don't really see a need for it. I can't. It really doesn't do anything for me. I mean, this does so much more. So, I mean, without being able to do this, breaking out the page, and then it's just this is just so powerful right here because it's way better instead of just making like a whole bunch of different landing pages to just have one, that you can just change different elements of it. Then you can assign each. Okay, so iPhone works with this. The Droid, different generic Droid versions, whatever, work with that. Um, because you could do all these Android 5.0. You could, you know, that has a lot. So you could optimize on that. On 2.0, you do all of them. So so as you can see, basically ranked about cost. So the iPhone definitely gets the most traffic. And then after that, it's these basically generic Droid platforms. Then iPad. So so yeah, so that's like I said, that's a big power of mobile when you can just kind of look into the data and then figure out, okay, well, how do I redirect stuff so that I'm most profitable. Okay, so that I am directing the traffic in such a way that you are optimizing your money. That's how you do it. So again, you don't have to do it by model. You could do it by, but I think model probably makes the most sense, just because, like depending on the size of the screen and the shape of the phone, different like that. Like the landing page is going to look slightly different. So it makes sense that certain pages do better on certain other phones. For example, like I've noticed most of the iPhones that the smaller pictures do better. Obviously with the bigger phones, it doesn't really matter. Even it can be bigger, it's more space. So I do see that trend sometimes. But again, here's what I meant to show you. Um, let's see here. Where was this at? I can't remember if it was here or not. Let's see. Um, this is the main reason why you want to do the redirects, is because look, like you can. It's not here. Maybe it was in. I don't think it was here. It might have been in this other campaign. Uh, yeah, this is important. You got to see this because I mean, at the end of the day, it all breaks down to math. Okay, it's a math problem because the clicks are going to cost you a certain amount. So yeah, you're protecting it all right. All right, so let's go back. Um, Come on. All right, so yeah, so these I had some other blood pressure ads running over here. Um, okay, yeah, so the disapproval I got was in this account. I didn't even get the disapproval in the other account, so it must not have been that picture. I don't know what it was. All right, but anyway, this has to be the one I was looking at. Come on. All right. That's the fucking account. Damn, I can't find. It may have been another account, but shit. But anyway, I had basically I had like two different ad sets, and the one because I saw like how right away that this particular ad was doing very well on Motorola phones, um, and I didn't have anything set up for it. So I just kind of wanted to see. I knew what it was, but I just wanted to see. So I actually set up the campaign that just targeted, those Motorola phones that had converted well. And like the CPM on those things was like $21 or $25, as opposed to like 11 or 12. It was almost double. Okay, so you could go the route of just setting up the campaigns for certain models and stuff like that, and in certain situations that may work. You really have to try it, but because sometimes there's something that really doesn't work. Okay, it's really losing you money, so you want to cut it out. Like maybe say like the iPhone, for example. So in that case, you have to maybe use the settings. But if you get real specific, like a particular model phone that you're trying to go after, like your CPM is going to go through the roof. I mean, if it's still pretty broad, you're probably okay. But the best thing to do is just get the really generic traffic. That's going to be the cheapest. So that'll be, like your 5 and 6 cents, traffic. And then, split it out yourself. Okay. Just have it redirected out yourself. Send it to different pages, to the different pages that each source does the best with. And away you go. So, all right. So now let's switch gears here. So any questions? Any questions on that stuff? Facebook stuff or the ads or anything? Let's see. Greg, if you're using that ad in a pop promotion, would you use the layout for the lander for the layout of the ad you use? You talking? Oh, like for PPV, the layout. Yeah, that's actually where I got that style lander from. It was from PPV. So yeah, absolutely. Um, can you get such cheap clicks on GDN as well? If your banner has a high enough CTR, I mean, it's harder. I really don't. I mean, especially for US traffic, it's pretty tough. Some other companies, I mean, some of the other countries maybe, but it's harder to get the cheaper traffic on GDN. So you can get it cheap, but 5 cents might be pushing it. Any tips for keeping the ad active for a while before the account is terminated? Is the blood pressure offer for a supplement or info product? The blood pressure offers for a supplement. As far as keeping that active, I mean, like those accounts were active for like over 2 months, so they were active pretty long. Eventually it's just going to catch up. You know, I mean, I ran a bunch of different things in there. Um, so I mean, the main tips is just spread your spend, around, if you can, instead of just spending 5 grand in each account a day, spend, maybe two or three, but just, spread out the spend. That's one thing. The other thing is, keep your eye on your comments and stuff. If you're getting a lot of negative feedback, then it's probably not a good thing. I might want to pull the ad or something like that. I mean, that's what I do sometimes. If I get like a whole lot of negative feedback, then I'll pull the ad. I'm like, they're gonna complain, and there goes my account. So yeah, so keep an eye on that. What else? I mean, I would say like use safe images and kind of like, less, definitely safer ads will help. I mean, I don't particularly abide by that because, I make way more money from the not so safe ads. So, I'll just buy another account. So, but if you want to make less last longer, absolutely having more conservative ads will help as well. Anything that lets you stay under the radar will help you extend your life of your account. But again, the object of the game isn't to extend the life of the account. The object of the game is to make money, make as much money as possible. All right, and so that a lot of times, involves, because look, you might try to extend the life of your account, and you're spending like $1,000 a day, and yeah, your account might last a long time, but I might be able to spend 10,000 in a day, and even though I might get banned quicker, I have more accounts. I have I can buy more. I have can have more waiting. So you got to think about what the object is. Accounts are extremely easy to come by. All right, so don't let that be your ruling motivation just to extend the life of your account. Let's see. I set up ads last night. Still haven't got any traffic. You know why? Nope. It happens like that sometimes. Sometimes it takes a while. What interest are you targeting? None. No interest. I mean, I started off targeting interest for the weight loss one, but now it's just age and gender, and that's where you ultimately want to get to, age and gender, because that's going to give you the hugest, um, you know, um, market, people to sell to. So